Right. Thank you so much, Sudarshan, for speaking to us. Now I want to cut across to two of our guests who are joining us on the broadcast. We have Mr. Mukesh Kumar, who is the CEO of Infiniti Mall, and of course he's also the person who handles the SOP committee of the Shopping Centre Association of India. We also have Mr. K. Ganesh, who's the promoter of Big Basket, joining us both on the broadcast. Now first, going across to Mr. Kumar. Mr. Mukesh Kumar, you are also, like I just introduced you, head of the SOP committee of the Shopping Centre Association of India. The shopping centres have till date been shut. We do not have any clarity as to when it will open. We understand the inconvenience that it must be causing to you, the owners, and of course the people, the workers who are employed here in these shops. What is it that you expect to hear from the Prime Minister when he takes to the air today in the evening?
I think the Prime Minister got a very difficult decision to make today. One way you have the human life, the virus is spreading, and number secondly you have to look at the economy as well, because you just can't remain shut down throughout. The vaccine is going to take much longer. You don't know what. There's no clarity. Will it take 2 months, 3 months? There's absolutely no clarity on this. Life must go on. The economy must open up. So as far as shopping mall is concerned, they're the first one to shut down. I think almost in Mumbai started on 15th of April and then 15th of March, and then all the states joined slowly. Mall, I think, taking a lot of steps, and we feel that mall is the right place with the safe environment for people to come to shop. We already have the grocery store working from the mall, and they have been doing a good job. We have been able to maintain the hygiene, sanitation, and the basic thing is the social distancing. The mall is taking a lot of steps, and we have prepared an SOP for all the malls to follow, where we have to distancing the key criteria. Then you have hygiene and sanitation. We have also been suggesting to retailers that extra number of people coming to the store and the mall as well. We have made framed a guideline which is taken from different countries who started the shopping mall earlier. We have learned from other countries what they have done. So we are looking at restricted number of people coming to the mall. We also have a restricted timing. We also want to open the mall in different phases, rather in 2 phases. One is that as grocery store is working, chemists are working, but we're also looking at other categories. They can start in the first phase, and the second phase you can have the F&B and the multiplexer and the family entertainment center. So we want to open this. Our proposal is to open this in 2 phases, and I hope the government looks at it seriously, because it's not just about people shopping, it's also about the employment, and there are many things that one has to take care of. Besides this social distancing, we're also looking at hygiene and sanitation, a very big criteria. So when people come to the mall, we're going to make sure that there's a queue line where we have markers so people stand at least 1.5 meters apart from each other. People coming to the mall, they must wear a mask. That's mandatory. Even if they are not wearing a mask, we're going to set up a counter for people to collect a mask from the counter itself. Then we have checking of temperature. Anybody coming to the mall, mandatorily it will be checked that anybody who's got more than 100 degrees, they will not be allowed to come to the mall. Of course, we'll have to handle it tactfully, but I'm sure people want to understand it's not just for their safety, it's also safety for other people coming to the mall.
Mr. Kumar, I actually have a question for you. Since you are listing out all the SOPs that you will put in place in case the malls open, let me quickly just take a question with Mr. K. Ganesh, and then I'll come back to you. Mr. K. Ganesh, the pitch that is now being made by Mr. Kumar is to open these malls, and of course that he assures that they will take care that all guidelines are followed. But you, as the promoter of Big Basket, that caters to the people, especially the essential commodities, even your company faced hardships initially, faced problems with the police, etc. What is it that you want the Prime Minister to say today when he speaks to us?
No, I think overall we have done an excellent job so far of the lockdown and controlling the virus, and much better than most of the other countries. So I think we should genuinely be pleased with the current status that has happened. But clearly this cannot continue, because it affects livelihood, it affects the migrant laborers, it affects people able to feed their families. Therefore, we have to step by step return to normalcy in a predominantly service-based economy like ours. So my request is continue with opening up the lockdown, whether you call it lockdown 4.0 or you call it the new normal, whatever may be the way, there will be restrictions. And like was mentioned, whether it is the mall, whether it is airlines, whether it is railways, whether it is hospitals, we need to get back to level of new normal with all the restrictions in place. Otherwise, if the virus will not kill you, hunger will kill you. You cannot continue on this on a continuing basis. I think that is the fundamental request. I also would like to say that to come to the current state, a lot of people have suffered a lot, be it the healthcare workers, be it the police, be it the government officials, including journalists and media and the doctors, have done great amount of sacrifice to control this. Let's not go waste. All of us should observe the precautions. Today is World Nursing Day. I salute all the nurses and nursing attendants who have made it possible for us to live comfortably despite great risk to themselves. So we owe it to them, for all citizens, to observe the precautions so that whatever relaxations are announced are not getting abused and misused, and we don't create further problems by which restrictions has to come down. I think we have to ease. We have to start with our normal lives with all the restrictions and in a new normal scenario.
Right. Coming back to you, Mr. Kumar, since you were suggesting that once malls open, the government should actually take a decision in that direction, you will ensure that all guidelines are followed. But I have a very basic question to ask you, Mr. Kumar. Once people are passed through the entry of these malls and then they are moving around inside the mall, I mean, how easy or difficult do you think it is going to be for you to ensure the social distancing happens? Because that's now actually how people move inside a mall. I mean, there'll be families of 4, there'll be families of 5, friends clubbing together. How are you even going to manage the social distancing there?
Yeah, it's very easier said than done. We know it's going to be a challenge, but as far as the norms are being made, even if at the common area we're going to have those markers placed. So when you're walking to the mall, we may make sure that you keep a distance 1.5 meters minimum. Even at the stores, number of people entering the store, we have those norms that not more than for every 75 square feet only 1% can get into the store. And same with the food court or the restaurants, we're going to have the social distancing. We are going to keep the 2 tables at least at 5 feet apart, and we'll not have common seating area. So, and as I said, so we can't do policing every time, but I'm sure when people understand that they also have to maintain the distance. Owners can't just be on the mall. We'll make sure the number of people coming to the malls are restricted. But as I said, people coming to mall, they also understand for their own safety as well that they have to maintain the distance. And we are going to help people keeping those markers. So at least they know what is distance being maintained. So if it's a washroom, we're going to close one of the between 2 washrooms, we at least 5 feet. They have one of the units being closed. We're going to have sanitizers on each escalator landing. We'll have the lift. We'll have a restricted number of people coming in. So all these norms will be there. There'll be enough boards educating people. A lot of sanitizers to tell people. We also have security to politely tell people that please maintain a distance. So we're taking all this safety guidance and keeping these protocols so at least people are aware of this.
Right, Mr. Mukesh Kumar and Mr. K. Ganesh, thank you so much for joining us and sharing your perspective. With that, we are wrapping up this bulletin. News and headlines on the other side. Don't go away.